Okay, so I am 33 weeks. It has been quite a while since I have talked about any pregnancy symptoms or anything like that, since 20 weeks. So it's been quite a while, and I am actually 33 weeks today. So I have 7 weeks left to go if I make it to my due date and don't go overdue. Hopefully, it's right around there and just 7 weeks left. So overall, for the past couple of weeks, I've just been kind of just getting everything ready. I finally have, the crib, it's painted in the room, and everything is looking really good so far. I feel like we have everything we need, product-wise, baby-wise, clothes-wise. So feeling really good about all of that. But yeah, I just feel like it's having more regular doctor's appointments now and just trying to keep up with everything that's going on, especially with the holiday time. So for symptoms, I am now well into my third trimester. So the last time I did an update, I was in the second trimester. So for the second trimester, overall, I felt really good. So my biggest symptoms, I would say, was around 25 weeks. I started to get really tired. It felt like I was in the first trimester again. So I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be driving to work, and I would feel like, oh my gosh, I am not going to make it through the day. So that was really difficult around 25 weeks, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope the whole rest of the pregnancy isn't like that. But once I got into the third trimester, right around 28 weeks, that tiredness kind of went away and I started feeling great again. I feel like I'm back in that period where obviously I am very aware that I'm pregnant with all the weight that I've gained, with how big my belly is, with all of baby girl's movements. I definitely am aware that I am pregnant, but body-wise, like physically and emotionally, I am feeling really, really good. So knock on wood that it stays that way, because I know once you get into that last month, it can be really difficult. But so far, I've been feeling really good over the last couple of weeks. So at 29 weeks, right after Thanksgiving weekend, I had my baby shower. I had one with all of my family and friends on one part of the state where my husband's family's from, and then the next day I had one with my family and friends from where my family's from. We would have loved to just have one together, but because of the holiday and traveling, we didn't want people to have to worry about driving 6 or 7 hours to one shower. So we did it separately, and my husband and I did the traveling. So that was a lot of driving that weekend. We drove from Illinois to New York, so that was in itself a long drive. And then after Thanksgiving and the shower in downstate New York, we drove to upstate New York to have a shower with my family and friends who live there. So it was a lot of driving. And then that same day after the shower, we drove back to Illinois. So it was a lot of driving, and I was 29 weeks pregnant. So getting comfortable in the car ride on the way home with our 2 dogs, all of the gifts that we received from both showers, and just my big belly, it was really difficult to get comfy in the car, and I was feeling really uncomfortable. So that week I went and I got acupuncture done at the place where I go, and since then I have been feeling great. I had been having like hip pain and back pain and all these things, and after the acupuncture I felt really, really good. So I've been trying to keep up with the acupuncture since I know it really helps me, even if it's just kind of, I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, I don't know, but I always feel great when I walk out of there, and I feel so relaxed. So I think that's been helping me kind of feel really good right now. So other symptoms, since I'm 33 weeks today, I did have a doctor's appointment. It was a follow-up appointment because last week when I was 32 weeks, I went in for my checkup, and I've been every 2 weeks since 26 weeks. So this was my 2-week appointment, and I went in, and I had high blood pressure. So when I first went in, it was 140 over 100, which is high. So they said, you know what, we're going to come back in like 10-15 minutes and recheck now that you've been sitting for a while, and hopefully it's lower. So they came back, and it was like 136 over 78 or something like that. So it was still high. So they finished the appointment and sent me up to labor and delivery to get monitored for a couple of hours. So at that point, I was really nervous because I had never had to go into labor and delivery, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope, you know, I'm not gonna have to have the baby at like 32 weeks because that's still very premature. So I went to labor and delivery, and of course, as soon as I got hooked up to the monitors up there, my blood pressure was down to like 114 over 70-ish, somewhere in that range. And they continually monitored my blood pressure over like the hour and a half, 2 hours I was there, and it was always within that range. So it never, you know, jumped back up or anything like that. And at the whole time, they're also monitoring the baby, and she was kicking the whole time and just really active the entire time I was at labor and delivery. So they said everything looks good, but since I had that high blood pressure, my appointments are now weekly. So I'm going into the doctor every week to monitor that, and I had to get a blood pressure cuff to measure my blood pressure at home twice a day. So I have to measure it in the morning, and I also have to measure it in the evening. And so I typically do that after I've been up for a little bit, because if I do it right away when I'm up, it's like super low, just because probably I was resting. And then also at the end of the night, I don't want to take it as soon as I get into bed. I kind of wait like 5-10 minutes while I'm relaxing, just because typically before bed I'm doing a bunch of things, so I'm moving, so that might impact the blood pressure. So I do have to record it and log it and bring that to my appointment. So at my appointment today, of course, I've been measuring my blood pressure over the past week at home, and it's been fine. It's been like 115 over 70, like always in the teens over the 70-ish range. So really normal. So when I go in today, it was 130 over 82, or somewhere in that range. They said, okay, you know, your blood pressure is kind of high again. We're going to continue to do the weekly appointments and monitoring and things like that. And I would have had to start weekly appointments at 36 weeks. So next week I'll be 34 weeks. So it's not like I had to start weekly appointments super early or anything. And I guess it's better that they take the extra precaution and they don't miss anything and things like that. And then obviously if I take my blood pressure at home and it's really high, they said immediately call. So, just kind of that, I feel fine. It's just kind of the worry of, oh gosh, what's going on with my blood pressure? And I've never been somebody to have high blood pressure, so I think they're kind of monitoring it for that as well. Other symptoms, heartburn, acid reflux, not fun at all. It'll wake me up in the middle of the night more than anything else, just like this constant, like, I don't even know, just like burning sensation. And it's so uncomfortable. Sometimes I have to adjust my pillows, and it's hard to have that in the middle of the night. So that goes on, which is kind of annoying, and it also happens throughout the day. So Tums are my best friend right now. I feel like I eat so many Tums in the day, but I don't know what else to do. And it's also difficult because I love spicy food. I love like chili, and it's the winter, but I cannot have that. I already know before I eat it that it's gonna give me heartburn, and then I eat it and I immediately regret it. And that's also like Mexican food or anything that has like a lot of spices in it. It's just really difficult for me to eat. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to after baby, is to have spicy food again, and Mexican food, and chili, and things that will hopefully not give me heartburn. Other than that, food-wise, I haven't been craving anything, just typical regular food. I've been pretty lazy and not wanting to cook food, but I haven't been really craving anything special. What else? I feel like I don't really have that many other symptoms. I would say I'm definitely at the point where I'm waddling versus walking, which is kind of annoying, but that's all right. That happens. But I don't have any major pains yet or anything like that. So I have been getting Braxton Hicks contractions, and I can tell because everything just like my whole belly just gets really tight and really hard, and it doesn't last very long, and then it goes away. And I'll get a couple of those a day. I usually get some at least every day, but it's not super frequent or anything, and I talked about it with my doctor, and she's not concerned, anything like that. Totally normal for the 3rd trimester. So I do try to drink a lot of water. I've been drinking Smart Water, and like I drink a couple of these a day, and if not more than that, just because that will help with Braxton Hicks, and it's just really good to keep your fluid intake up. So I have been drinking a lot of water and really trying to keep up with that. So I do drink the Smart Water pretty much all the time, and every time I try to say, oh, I'll try a different water because this one's on sale this week, and my husband's like, no, you've been sticking with Smart Water the whole pregnancy, so just stick with that. And I was like, okay, whatever. So yeah, those are really the main things that are going on. With the holiday coming up, I cannot travel, and all of our family lives in New York, either upstate or downstate. So all of my family, 23 people, are actually going to come stay with my husband and I. So we are really excited about that. This is the first time a lot of them have been out here to visit us. A lot of them have never seen our house before since we just moved into our house a year ago. So we're really, really excited to have everyone here. But at the same time, it's a little overwhelming because we still have like boxes and boxes and boxes of baby stuff that we haven't even opened from our shower because we didn't want to set up all the baby stuff and then just like have it everywhere. So the only room that is set up is the baby's room. We have bookshelves in here, and I'll do a tour of the room and all the stuff and things like that. But so everything else is downstairs, just like in our den, and we have to bring that stuff all to the basement on Friday before the family gets here on the 23rd on Saturday. So we're gonna bring all that stuff downstairs, and then after everybody leaves on the 26th, my mom is gonna stay until the 1st, and she's gonna help us kind of put everything together. So we have like the swing, the rock and play, the stroller, the car seat. They're still boxed. We haven't even like unboxed anything yet. Any of those big things. We just left it all in the box, the high chair, like everything. We just left it all in the boxes because we knew we didn't want to like put it together and then deal with moving it and things like that. So it's just still in the boxes. We'll bring it to the basement on Friday, and then when everybody leaves, we'll bring it back up, put it together, decide where we want that stuff to go. And we have like the bassinet. We're gonna put that in our room. So we're gonna do that stuff in the next week, which is kind of excited. And my mom is also gonna help me with all the baby's laundry. So we'll do that, and then maybe start to get hospital bags ready after that, because at that point, after everybody leaves, I'll be closer to 35 weeks. So I feel like that'll be a good time to start getting that stuff done and just kind of finish up organizing and things around the house and whatnot. So yeah, I haven't really felt kind of like that nesting thing that people feel. I feel like because I do work full time, when I get home from work, I kind of just want to like sleep and relax and lay on the couch and watch TV or read a book or take a bath and things like that. I haven't really like had the urge to, at least I don't think I have. It hasn't been anything that I don't normally feel. So I always think like, is that gonna kick in? Am I gonna get that? Or maybe it's just not me. I don't know. But I wonder, you know, after my family leaves, if maybe I'll get that, because at that point we'll open everything and maybe I'll like feel like I have that nesting. Although I really have been like doing, even though I've been like tired and lazy on the weekends, my husband and I have done like so many house projects, just, excuse me, little things like hanging picture frames and just like decorating stuff. And we've lived in our house for a year now, and we just like hung up pictures, and we've been married for a while now, and we just printed out some prints of our wedding photos and hung those up, and also just like put up other pictures of like our nephews, and like put in different shelving downstairs in our living room, and got a new like futon thing for our, not a futon, not a table, but I don't know, maybe it is a futon, the thing that is between your couch. Ottoman, that's what it's called, an ottoman. We got a new ottoman for our living room, and kind of just like rearranged a lot of stuff. So I don't know, maybe that is me nesting, but I always read that it was like this overwhelming urge to just like do stuff, but I don't know, maybe that is it and I'm just not recognizing it. But we have done a lot of stuff around the house the last couple of months, so we've been doing that. So that's really it. I'm 33 weeks and 7 weeks to go, and we could not be more excited. So, you know, we are going to start to open products and things like that and get everything ready. So we are looking forward to that, and maybe are gonna videotape some of that. We're gonna plan to do some videos of us doing things that we can kind of put together, a video of my pregnancy and the birth and things like that, that one day we can share it with our family. Probably we can't film the actual birth at our hospital, which we were both kind of bummed. I know my husband's parents filmed his birth. My parents did not film my birth, but we were like, I don't know, maybe we want to do that, but it's not an option at our hospital. So we've done like different clips, like when we've done something or picked out something where we kind of just record our reactions to that, and we're gonna put a whole little montage together. So we'll probably do that for some of the things that we open and just kind of talk about it and things like that. So we'll do that video to be able to share it with our family and things like that. And the other thing that we're looking into that I'm really interested in is a good way to share baby photos and like moments and things with our family that's not Facebook or Instagram. Because most of my family, like my parents, my aunts, my uncles and stuff, like none of them have Instagram. My siblings do and my cousins do because they're younger, but my parents and aunts and uncles, they don't have Instagram. And Facebook is just like, I don't know. I'm not like a huge Facebook person, and I really wouldn't want to share all these photos of my baby all over Facebook with everyone, because you're just so friends with so many people on Facebook that you're not even close to. So we're looking into something where we can share photos that, like, if we shared them on Instagram or Facebook, I feel like it really would be oversharing. It would just be like too much to share with people. So we want to do something a little bit more, I don't know, that it's like a closer group that we have control over who's going to see it and things like that. Not that we're like, oh, you know, we can't let our babies be seen in public. It's not that. I don't need to overshare, you know, oh, look at my baby taking a nap today. I don't need to share that with the whole world. But I know, like, my family who's in New York, they would love to like see these photos and stuff because we live so far away. So we are thinking of, my friend has Tiny Beans, and it's like a calendar, and you can upload photos and your family can comment on it and like it and things like that. And you decide who can view that, and you kind of just send them an email and then they can opt in or opt out. So I like that. My friend added me to hers for her baby, and her baby was born last February, and I followed that. So I really think that might be one option. I think there's other options, but I don't know what they are. So I'm gonna look into it. My husband and I were saying maybe like a private Facebook group that we just invite our family to, but I don't know, I still just don't want to do Facebook, so we'll see what we're going to do about that. But that is about it for 33 weeks. So that's it.